What's up, guys? Welcome back to the video. Today, we are reacting to the rise, fall, and rise again of the big Mongraal. If you don't know what Mongraal is, you guys have literally been hiding on a rock for their whole entire life. So, besides the point, let's just get into it.
It's been out for 80 years now, and we have seen some of the most incredible moments in esports history.
We have never seen anything like this before.
One day, I'll be there.
Your world champion.
One day. Booga!
But some of these incredible players grew tired and quit the game.
I just did this because I enjoyed it, and now I feel
man.
like I'm just kind of doing it
Sad,
because of the money, and that's just not who I am, so I'm just gonna go live my life.
Today, I want to talk about one of the best players and content creators in Fortnite and gaming history, and how he might be making a return to the game he once loved. This is the entire story of Mongraal.
Oh, man.
Kyle Mongraal Jackson was born on August 13th of 2004 in Kent, England.
Wow, he's younger than me, or he's older than me.
Gaming at an early age. He started by playing competitive games like Call of Duty, Halo, and eventually moved into H1Z1, which is a battle royale similar to Fortnite. Mongraal would start his Twitch account on September 1st of 2016, mostly just to watch as a spectator. But just a year later, on August 19th of 2007, Kyle would decide to join the fun and start up his very own stream. But many of you guys know, Fortnite hadn't come out yet. Mongraal's first stream ever was actually the game Counter-Strike. He would also go on to stream games like Battlefield, H1Z1, and Black Ops 2.
Damn.
However, just a month later, on September 26th of 2017, a game that would change Mongraal's life forever would come out, and it was called
Fortnite.
Timmy always does these, man.
Among kids, college kids,
These
even
intros.
celebrities.
Got him. Let's go.
Can't build, he can't build, man. No, don't.
There you go. 50.
At the end.
Everyone was playing this game. Well, everyone except for Mongraal. Funny enough, he didn't actually stream Fortnite until a few months later on January 14th of 2018. And from that point on, he basically streamed Fortnite almost every single day of that year.
Frank, did it move? I'm getting shit away.
Oh my god, I'm so good. Oh, what? Controller player! That is a controller player! He's it!
Dude,
I'm so good at this game.
I miss old Prime Fortnite so bad.
Thanos in the game. Sing, 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 sing. Aqua on me. Go there, Aqua.
Shit on.
Dance, dance, dance. Oh. Hey, GG's, bro.
Yo.
I really like having a balanced fight.
I love
GG.
Mongraal, man.
In addition to the streams, on April 10th of
love Mongraal,
2018, Mongraal would start his YouTube journey by posting his first ever Fortnite video, How to Push High Ground. Mongraal quickly became known for being one of the best builders in early Fortnite. And back in 2018, people could barely build a ramp in front of them, let alone crank 90s like they're on Adderall.
Look at this dude.
Ninja?
No.
Is this real?
However, Mongraal was one of the very few people that was ahead of the curve. He had an insanely aggressive building style and quickly became one of the best players in the world because of it. And due to his advanced skills, organizations in the gaming scene started to take notice. During early 2018, many esports teams were trying to establish their Fortnite rosters. So on April 25th of 2018, Team Secret would announce their all-new Fortnite roster.
What happened to Team Secret after Mongraal left?
The very young Mongraal at just 13 years old. And remember, this was 7 years ago.
Damn.
Today, young kids get signed to esports teams all the time, but back then, this was far from the case. Because most competitive games, you had to be 18 or at least 16 years old to play, but Fortnite was the first game to allow younger players like Mongraal to get involved in esports.
13
to understand
was so
how
good
big
for
of
me,
a deal
bro.
this actually
Right when I
was,
turned 13, I
the
qualified World Cup.
BBC News Network actually covered Kyle signing with Team Secret in a 2-minute news story.
For many of us, Fortnite is the length of time you spend.
Oh my god, I
on
remember this
holidays
pickaxe
every
glitch.
summer. But for
This
millions of
pickaxe
young
glitch was
people,
the
it's
days.
the hottest video game on the planet right now. And for this 13-year-old, it's potentially a lucrative future career. Kyle Jackson is so good at Fortnite that he's been signed to play with a team of professional gamers.
This situation was obviously incredible, but it left us with just one problem.
Wait.
I don't know if you guys remember, but back
How
in
did he survive
2018 in
that?
Fortnite, the competitive age was still 16 years old.
That makes no sense.
So even though Mongraal was signed to Team Secret, he could only do content for them. He wasn't even allowed to compete in official Fortnite tournaments yet. However, there was one
Fortnite
tournament
Friday,
that he
man.
was
Me and
able to
Booga won
compete
that-
in
one of
because
those.
it wasn't an official Fortnite tournament, and it was called Friday Fortnite. Fortnite
Friday.
was organized by none other than Keemstar and UMG Gaming. For those of you that don't know what this tournament was, basically every week, creators, celebrities, and pro players would compete for a big cash prize on stream. People like Ninja, Cypher PK,
Clix.
and Tfue were just some of many
must
people
forgot me,
invited.
man.
And like I said, because this wasn't an official Fortnite tournament, anybody of any age was able to participate. They just needed to have a big enough audience to draw a crowd. And this meant that the very popular and young Mongraal would be a perfect fit for the tournament. He joined during the Week 5 session and was a consistent player for the rest of the 2018 season. In fact, him and his duo Dementos even
I didn't
got
even know that.
first place during Week 6. So
Damn.
despite being only 13 years old, he was able to keep up with all the biggest names and pro players at that time. However, not too long after these tournaments would take place, Epic Games would officially lower the age requirement from 16 to 13 years old, so the
What is he
then
doing?
14-year-old Mongraal would be
he's
able to
hitting
start
it.
playing in official Fortnite
Young-ass
tournaments.
Mongraal,
Right
man.
off the bat, he would take home $3,000 in the Lux Cup and an additional $1,500 during the World Cup warm-up.
Wow.
Not surprisingly to anybody, Mongraal and his duo partner Mitro qualified for the World Cup by placing second in Week 2 of the duo qualifiers, and then Mongraal would also qualify for the World Cup solos by placing 6th in Week 6.
Fifth.
This made Mongraal one of the very few players who was able to qualify as a solo and a duo, which makes him one of the best players in the world at the time at just 14 years old. However, right before the World Cup would start, Mongraal would actually decide to switch
did go to the World
gaming
Cup,
organizations. Because on July 7th, he announced he would be dropping Team Secret, so the next day he could announce he would be joining FaZe Clan.
Damn.
What's up, boys? Obviously, I'm happy to announce I've joined FaZe Clan, which is a dream come true. I can't believe I'm now sitting in FaZe. Like a year ago, I just joined Secret, and I've left them on good terms, like no bad blood or anything. But it's just crazy that I've went from, you know, like the BBC interview, and now I'm at FaZe. Like, it's crazy to think about, but I just want to say thank you to everyone for all the support I've
This
got.
makes me so sad. The old
With
days,
the
chat.
newfound
The
support
old
of
days,
FaZe,
man.
Mongraal was headed straight to the Fortnite World Cup and ready to take on the Fortnite world.
He did good, bro. He did
Mongraal,
did real
MQ,
good.
Teak, Blacks, and Skypes. You know on this list who I want to talk about right now, right?
Yes, I do.
Let's hear it. What do you got for Mr. Mongraal himself?
Mongraal. What more? I mean, there's literally so much. I could talk about this guy forever. One of the most mechanically skilled players I have ever seen. So fast with his decisions. You really can't keep up. Sometimes I even have to watch him in slow motion because it's just so ridiculously fast.
And you can see his
These are good
reactions
old
on the
days.
camera, how much he cares, how much he is invested, how much he wants to be the best of the best.
And he did incredibly well, taking out some of the best pro players of that time left and right.
Mongraal with 4 eliminations is looking for number 5, and that was on Nate. We're now down to the final moments. Top 5 monster.
He had to fully commit there. Those are the maps that he needed. He's still in the game here. He's going to go all the way for it. And there's a trade out with the 109 to the face
He
here.
got all the mats.
Huge elimination on Takamura. Mongraal in the ultimate low ground, going up against the player. It's got to be Boga. The game 1 winner will not be enough against Mongraal, who does get picked quite a bit. He loses a lot of
No way, it wouldn't.
But as
That
you
was a good
guys all
game.
know,
Good
he
game.
didn't take home first place. He ended up placing 6th in the duo finals and 13th in the solo finals.
That's pretty good.
With
That's
these
pretty good.
incredible placements, he took home $375,000. This is an insane amount of money for anybody, but remember, Mongraal did this all at just 14 years old. At the end of the World Cup, Epic Games would announce that they were ready for the next stage of competitive Fortnite, which was the FNCS
Trios.
or Fortnite Championship Series.
Trios,
And
right?
Mongraal's domination of Fortnite wouldn't just stop at the World
It should
Cup,
be.
it continued into the FNCS tournaments as well. With Trios being the first game mode for FNCS,
I got my facts
Mongraal
right.
and his duo Mitro would pick up one of the other all-time greats, Benji.
Benji
Leading up to the
Fishy.
first
I
FNCS,
love
this
Benji,
trio
bruh.
was insane.
He's
They
so
placed
cute.
first place in multiple qualifying rounds,
Wow.
but unfortunately, that winning streak didn't stick around in the grand finals.
Oof.
In fact, they would place a disappointing 10th out of 33
Damn.
teams,
I
which
know they did that
after the
bad.
World Cup performance was definitely a disappointment. But let's be honest, this placement made sense, considering that this was the first tournament in a brand new format, not to mention the insane and horrifying
No way,
mechs
mechs
that
were in
were
this?
storming
I
around,
forgot
destroying
about
the
that,
entire
dude.
map during this season.
There's a whole like.
Wow.
This guy has 1 kill.
I forgot how
This game
broken
is
these
so
were.
bad, bro. I'm about to just uninstall.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What?
Hey, let's go, guys. I'm hyped. Yeah!
There's nothing you can do about it.
Comment down below if you guys
Wow.
think that this was the worst season ever, because
Gotta be.
I definitely think it was. Anyways, everybody just kind of assumed that Fortnite would be staying in the trios format for a while. And everyone was
Wow.
wrong, because Epic Games decided to change up competitive literally every season. This meant that Chapter 2 Season 1 would end up being a squads FNCS,
Bro,
where
I
Mongraal would
remember
play
that,
with a
man.
new team of Wolfies, Nate, and his old
They
trio
did
Fishy
good.
Fishy. And this time, things turned out way differently. Mongraal and squad would finish just about as good as you can without winning, getting second
Oh, they got
place in all of
second?
EU.
I didn't know that.
Dead. I knocked one. Dead, one's dead.
Oh my.
I RPG'd him down. I'm on height.
RPGs were in the game?
Let's go.
Wow. Wow. I didn't even remember that,
So
dude.
triggered how easy it is. It's too easy. We need a challenge or something.
Unfortunately, in the following season of Chapter 2
Damn,
Season
bro, they got
2,
second?
Mongraal wouldn't even make it to Grand Finals.
What? I don't remember that.
And people started to question, was his performance in the World Cup just a fluke? And was he carried by his squad, or was he really one of the best players in the
Damn.
world? Well, luckily for Mongraal, he would have an opportunity to prove that
Tasty,
solo
you played
World
with
Cup
Tasty,
placement
bro.
wasn't a fluke, as Chapter 2 Season
won.
3 would be a solo FNCS.
Oh, I don't remember
Mongraal
this.
didn't place exactly how he wanted to, but by getting 16th on the region, he did still prove that he was
It's
one
not
of the
terrible.
best
For
players
solos,
on
it's not
EU.
bad.
However, one thing that Mongraal didn't have yet under his belt was an FNCS Grand Finals win.
Damn.
But that would all change during Chapter 2 Season 4. This was back to trios, and Mongraal would team up with his old buddy Mitro and a new EU legend,
Big
Tayson.
Tayson,
This
bro.
trio was absolutely deadly. They would finish first place in the Season 4 Grand
One
Finals,
FNCS final,
winning
man.
$111,000.
I remember him having this whack ass audio. Sounds like you're underwater.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go, boys.
You'd think
Wow.
that a win like this would be a sign to keep on going, to keep pursuing
Yeah, didn't he
professional
quit after this or
Fortnite
something?
and being at the top of the game. But instead, Mongraal completely disappeared.
Yeah, I do remember
well,
that, bro.
okay, I guess
wonder
I'm being
why.
a little dramatic. He didn't completely disappear, but he didn't compete in much of the tournaments that Epic Games had going on. He would only participate in a couple of tournaments here and there, and he would only stream on Twitch or upload on YouTube from time to time.
Maybe he felt
but certainly
completed.
not at the pace that he once had. It was clear that even after reaching the height of his skill, Mongraal was getting tired of playing the game or experiencing some kind of burnout. People assumed that this meant the end of
Damn.
Mongraal forever. And even though he was effectively missing in action, people did not forget about him. The Fortnite community loved Mongraal so much that they were consistently begging him to come back to the game that he once loved. However, in early 2024, after all
Damn,
the
he quit
begging
for
and pleading,
that long?
Mongraal had seemingly
3
come back.
years.
He's competed in every single FNCS in
I filmed this video, by the
2024
way.
and this year in 2025 with his boy Mr. Savage.
I've 0 max.
I'm dropping it now. The team below is looking 60.
I've 0 max though. And I just lost my arse. Sweet. M20. I'm
Oh my god, I remember this season.
Get in the box.
What are you doing, bro?
I know, that was a cell, bro. That was a cell. Was it even that big of a cell, though? Like,
Bro, first First he dashed
They were gonna come up with mats anyway.
First he
This is my
dashed
favorite
off,
season, bro.
Then he chopped me out, and then he dropped the thing he chopped me out with.
And he dropped his gun.
Bro, I can't play, bro.
I actually can't shoot, bro. Just answer. Like, we're just ending shit, bro. Like, why are you doing jumping jacks?
Wait, when was this? This wasn't a grand. Big growl.
Don't stop! My psycho beings! My sixth sense! I can't see your head!
Damn.
Oh, look at
Damn,
Savage's
bro.
hairline. He's cooked as well, bro.
Bro, what? Mongraal just said my hairline's cooked.
He's cooked as well.
You can't talk, bro. You actually can't talk.
Win by 2.
What the? Damn. Bro, they lived in my apartment building right here.
Oh, no.
It was the best, I'll be
There's
honest.
neighbor activity.
So much fun.
We're in the game.
So
But
much fun,
unfortunately,
bro.
the two weren't good enough to make it to the global finals, and Mongraal ended up playing trios with a different team, making it to Major 3 Grand Finals this year.
Damn.
After not qualifying for LAN again, people thought that Mongraal might be done playing Fortnite. I mean,
still
it would
playing.
make sense if he wanted to be done and just live for himself outside of competitive Fortnite. Clearly, he's doing great because he bought himself a $1 million home at the age of 18 years old.
I'm going to be doing a house tour today. I moved in here recently about 3 or 4 months ago when I was 18, so it's been nice being in my own space.
You look so
and,
mature.
I want to show you around. So in the living room
So
first.
sexy.
However, considering he's back on a regular upload schedule on YouTube and streaming pretty often, I think it's safe to say that Mongraal will be here for at least some time to come. Most recently, one of Mongraal's closest friends and duo partner, Mr. Savage, made this tweet basically saying that
Damn.
Duo Cups being back meant that we were going to see the return of our favorite duo of all time,
Maybe.
Mongraal and Mr.
That
Savage.
would be pretty crazy, bro.
I, for one, am incredibly excited to see how far Mongraal and Savage can make it in duos, and I really hope to see these guys at global finals in 2026. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe.
Hey, this was a good video, Timmy. I'm gonna be honest, bro. The thing about Mongraal, dude, I have so much respect for him, bro. He's been grinding for so long. He's honestly the very few people that were playing when I was playing. I don't remember. Me and Mongraal started at the same time. We qualified World Cup the same exact time, bro. The fact that he's still playing and grinding after how much hate he gets off of like falling off and he's washed and everything, because obviously he's not as good as before. Everybody knows that, but he still thrives and still hustles through it and still tries to prove people wrong. So hey, Mongraal has my respect, dude. I love him so much. I love all the European boys. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Please comment your favorite part of the video and comment what other videos you guys want me to react to. Peace.